here is my 200 points for the kill team, and I have 16 plague bearers. One has been upgraded to a plague ridden who has less reward, and he took the plague fail. And then over here we have a squad of 3 Nurglings.
Right, and here is my 200 point kill team. Using the Militarum Tempestus Codex. So I've got 2 troop choice, which are both squads of Scions. In this squad over here we've got 6 members, one with a plasma gun. And we've got another squad with a hotshot volley gun and a melter gun. So it's the first outing for my my Militarum Tempestus, and let's see how we do against the Plague God. Right, today we're playing a special kill team mission. We have got a bit of a story behind this one. We have a downed Valkyrie over here, Helbrick's 85th Infantry Regiment has been transporting one of his commissars and was unfortunately shot down by some sort of warp storm. The commissar, with information important to the mission, has fallen. He's in the middle of this crater here, in this ruined city, a city which is infested by the Plague God. Nurgle Deamons everywhere, and it's down to the Kitchen Third to come in, retrieve the commissar's body and the service skull with important information, and either hold him until they can be extracted by another Valkyrie, or to get themselves out of the city. So we have 200 points of Nurgle Deamons and 200 points of Militarum Tempestus. This is the mission. As you see so far, demons have been scattered all across the battlefield. On the first turn, the Militarum Tempestus will be doing grab shoot insertions onto the battlefield on our mission to retrieve the fallen commissar. So, you've seen the armies, and we're going to move straight on to turn 1 for the Militarum Tempestus. Okay, so turn 1. The Militarum Tempestus squads have come in, they've deep striked in, have jumped out the Valkyries, running in to retrieve the fallen commissar. One squad, Squad Alpha, is coming over here. Squad Bravo have come in over here in the crater. So, right, we're going to move on to shooting and see if we can cause a bit of damage to the beasts of the warp. Right, so turn 1 shooting for the Militarum Tempestus. These guys fired off towards the plague bearers there. Didn't do anything, but we've definitely made our presence aware to them. These guys as well, these 2 ran off. They're running towards the fallen commissar. Elsewhere, over here, these guys fired off towards here. We killed off the head plague bearer, and we knocked out another one. And these guys also, the melter gun and the sergeant there, are running up towards the ruin, trying to secure the objective. Right, so moving on now to Nurgle, turn 1.
So it's the Nurgle's turn 1 movement, and plague bearers all shuffled towards their respective nearest enemies. So this guy moved forward a bit. Nurgle who's snuck round the corner merrily towards the lone guy there, and then over here these ones move down the hill. These ones are shuffling in behind the wreckage just to come and have a look at what crash landed over here, and the guys in the crater moved around a little bit just to make a little wall for the Tempest to get through. And then over here these 4 plague bearers move forward towards the crater. So over here, the 2 Nurgle units, so the Plague Bearer and the Nurgling over there, charge into one of the Kitron units over here. Wounded a couple of times, but unfortunately the saves were all in place to keep them alive. And then over here, had a few charge attempts, most of them failed, but one got through. Didn't suffer any Overwatch penalties, did a win, but did a save, and nothing actually happened. So other than that, we'll now be moving on to turn 2.
Turn 2 for the Militarum Tempestus. Right, these guys over here, Kitchen third, have moved towards the objective, still trying to put some fire down towards these guys, hopefully. This guy is going to maybe assist here, depending how the shooting goes. These guys are coming into the entrance now. Hopefully we're going to try and take out at least one of these guys here and do some damage. Elsewhere over here, these guys are trying to get rid of this poor plague bearer off of the volley gun and maybe secure some sort of extraction zone. But we will see in a shooting phase how much goes to plan. Right, turn 2 shooting for the Kitchen third. Right, so these guys basically didn't do anything. They're going to charge into combat, hopefully. These guys all fired into the centre. A lot of shots, a lot of hits, and a lot of saves, unfortunately. So the plague bearer is still holding the crater with the commissar in it. We've got to try and clear it out, hopefully, to retrieve the body. Elsewhere, though, a bit of luck over here. This guy fired up, this guy fired up. We took 2 plague bearers out. Unfortunately, the plasma also fired, but he did blow himself up. So, unfortunately, one of the troopers is now down. But he did take out a plague bearer. So that's good. Right, so we're moving on to assault, and hopefully we can clear at least 1 or 2 of these plague bearers away. Right, turn 2 assault. Really good actually for the Militarum Tempestus. This is the guy that was here. He beat the plague bearer to death and withdrew over here. That guy held his own and actually did 1 wound to the Nurglings. Nurglings didn't do anything back. I'm not really holding out much hope for him. And over here, these 3 guys beat the plague bearer to death and have kind of withdrawn a bit. Hopefully to lay a bit of fire down onto the swarm of Nurglings that are coming around the corner. So, really good turn. Let's hope our luck holds out and we can complete the objective, the mission. And now moving on to turn 2 for Nurgle.
Okay, turn 2 for Nurgle. These plague bearers continue their shambling down the hill. Let's see what's going on over here. The Nurglings came out from behind the bastion here. One's gone behind hardcover over there, and the other one's just come up to probably help just finish this one off. And then over here, guys in the crater stay still because at the end of the day they're on the objective. And then 3 more at the back there decided just to shamble forward a bit towards the crater. And then lastly, this one over here just coming to try and have a go at the guy left in the crater because he looks like he's on his own. He's good. So now we'll have see what happens in our assault phase as we have no shooting. So turn 2 Nurgle assault. This guy failed his assault, unfortunately. And the only thing that was actually going on was the combat, which was over here, which were the 2 Nurglings and the melter gun Kitchen. And he died gloriously. He's now inside that body of Nurgling somewhere, and then they moved off this way to come and ingest their friends. So we'll see what happens in turn 3 for the Kitchen third.
Right, turn 3 for the Militarum Tempestus movement. Right, so what we've done, these 2 sergeants here have had to come up and address the horrible issue of Nurglings coming in. They're too much in the kill team. We're going to struggle to kill them. But those 2 are charging in. These guys have all kind of come round and we're going to try and target the other base. Over here, these 2 are carrying on with the mission and they're going to try and target a couple of those plague bearers and hopefully knock one out. And over here, this guy's coming out of the crater. He's still trying to cover the rear and take care of this plague bearer before he catches up and causes a bit of damage. So that is the plan. Let's see how much of that works in turn 3 shooting. Turn 3 shooting for the Militarum Tempestus. This guy put some more shots into him. Unfortunately though, he's still coming. He's pretty angry probably. If plague bearers can be angry. So yeah, he's fired. He's still going. Best thing over here, crack grenades from 2 sergeants thrown into Nurgling base. and killed it outright. I forgot they were toughness 3. So killed it, doubled, instant death. So following suit from their sergeants, these two also threw crack grenades into that base and killed that one off. So both Nurgling bases were gone, luckily. These two fired in and killed off one plague bearer, and that is pretty much it. There's going to be no assault this turn as both Nurgling bases are dead. And we're going to move on to Nurgle, turn 3.
Okay, turn 3 for Nurgle. So this Nurgling base, after seeing its two little friendly bases over there die, he thought he'd just sort of try and kill both the sergeants, I think. She's just sitting over here. The plague bearers in the middle came out because they thought we better deal with these guys as they keep shooting at us. And then at the back over here, the three at the back just moving in towards the crater and the objective again. And then this lone plague bearer over here moved round a little bit, didn't get a very big move. And then finally, these continue to move in towards the centre as well. So now we'll see what happens in the assault phase. Okay, turn 3 assault for Nurgle. So that Nurgling base charged the two sergeants. They did attempt to overwatch him with crack grenades. One actually hit, but I actually got my demon save, thank goodness. However, it didn't go quite so well in combat. He lost combat by 1, and then he failed leadership by 1, so he lost another wound on top of the one he lost already, so he's down to 2. And then the guy, well, the plague bearer in the middle, killed his combatant, which is good, and he's just moved forward a little bit after consolidating. And then finally, this combat goes on over here because nothing actually happened. So now we'll move into turn 4 for the Militarum Tempestus.
Okay, so turn 4 for the Militarum Tempestus, and the Militarum Third are trying to consolidate their position around here. This guy's edged up a bit towards the Imperial statue. Two troopers have charged forward, so trying to get towards the downed commissar, complete their mission. These two have pulled back towards this barricade, hopefully deal with this beastie. And the combat over here continues, so hopefully something is going to happen this turn and free up a couple of men. So moving into shooting phase, let's see what we can do. Right, so turn 4 shooting for the Militarum Tempestus. This trooper over here fired up, knocked out the plague bearer there, so also that flank is now clear. These guys though shot over towards the squad over there. Maybe the smoke from the wreckage kind of ruined their shots, but unfortunately no damage there. Elsewhere, these guys here also fired towards this plague bearer, hit, wounded, and for some reason the warp decided to protect this guy. Maybe he's got a sinister purpose, but he's also alive. So now moving into assault, see if we can free a couple of these guys up to aid in the mission. Right, so turn 4 assault. Unfortunately, the Nurglings put all their attacks onto the one sergeant and it just killed him. The other guy watching on helplessly as they just consumed another member of the Militarum Third. Over there, the fight continues, both unable to do any blows against one another. So, moving on to turn 4 for the Nurgle and see if they can cause a bit of pain.
Okay, turn 4 for Nurgle. So all the plague bearers have a little shuffle around, just heading towards respective targets. So this one moved towards the volley gun. So he's wanted another volley in the face. The three that were behind the crate have come through to crate. They've got some very good move through cover rolls, so hopefully they'll be charging a couple of the units there in a minute. Finally, the three just here shuffling around behind the wreckage just to get into the actual battle at last. So now we'll see what happens in the assault phase. Nurgle, turn 4 assault. Not very eventful, other than the fact that I've tied up a lot of units now. So essentially just here we've got this combat's ongoing, no wounds apiece. Over here, same with all these guys here. The guy at the back is actually not in combat, but the front two are with the three Nurglings, sorry, the three plague bearers there. No wounds there. And over here, this combat continues, no wounds from either side either. And again, this guy at the back failed his charge because he wasn't quite in range, so we just got him with his three brothers at the back here, waiting to come through. So let's see what happens in turn 5.
Alright, so turn 5 for the Militarum Tempestus movement. Right, this guy's broken up from the statue. Gonna lay a bit of cover, fire down against this guy. He's gonna run into try and retrieve the commissar. This guy's broken cover. He's undecided at the moment what exactly he's gonna do, but he's gonna do something. And of course, the other 4 guys now are locked in combat. So let's see what we can do in the shooting phase. Turn 5. Right, turn 5 for the Militarum Tempestus. This trooper's charged in. He's got to the commissar's body, trying to retrieve the survey skull, get the information back. This guy fired in, hit, wounded twice. Unfortunately though, being in the crater and being shrouded is not good, and he passed both his saves. This trooper as well, tried to fire in, unfortunately completely missed. Possibly might have hit one of his own troopers by accident. But yeah, not good. So moving into assault, let's see if something's freed up in this turn. Hopefully. Right, so turn 5 assault for the Militarum Tempestus. I said at the beginning of the turn that hopefully someone will be freed up. Unfortunately though, the wrong people were freed up, and all the Nurgle Deamons, very much just Nurgle Deamons just butchered these 2 guys. The other sergeant, unfortunately, was also consumed by this Nurgle base, and so the Nurglings are free. The Nurgle are free. They're all over the place. It's not looking good. We do still have the objective in the middle, and let's see what happens in turn 5. Chaos.
Okay, turn 5 for Nurgle. So after all my guys got freed up, I just moved around towards some new targets. So obviously he's locked in combat. These 2 moved towards this remaining trooper here. He's moved up behind that trooper. And over here, this trooper could be in a spot of bother in a minute, depending on how many get good charges, because not only those 2, there's another 3 sitting here as well. Okay, Nurgle turn 5. So what's basically happened is everything is now locked in combat. Nothing died. So these are locked in combat here. That's locked in combat. And finally, in the middle here, that's locked in combat. The only things aren't are the 3 back here that will maybe get another turn, depending on how the game pans out.
Right, so turn 6 on Militarum Tempestus. We're all still locked in combat. Over here though, the volley gun failed his attack against the Plague Bearer. This guy's holding out strong, didn't do any wounds, but he took a lot of damage and he's still standing. Over there, same case really, didn't do any damage to him, passed his save. And over there in the middle, he had 2 Plague Bearers attacking him and somehow he's still standing. So we're going to move on to turn 6 for the Nurgle and see what they can do against the Kitrin Third.
Nurgle turn 6 movement. This Plague Bearer who finished combat last turn just moved up towards the trooper that's getting surrounded by Nurgle. Likewise, the poor bloke in the middle. The other 3 Plague Bearers have moved up into the crater and will be assaulting in a second. So let's see how it pans out in Nurgle turn 6 assault. So at the end of turn 6, this guy's still in combat. However, unfortunately, the brave trooper over here finally got eaten by multiple Plague Bearers. So that ends that there.
So as the final trooper falls to the Nurgle forces, the Imperial Navy bombard the area, completely destroying all the information that the troopers of the 3rd Kitrin went to retrieve. Unfortunately, though, it is a Nurgle victory for the Imperial Guard. They failed their mission. The Militarum Tempestus forces have fallen, and this mission will be wiped from the Kittring 3rd Regiment history.
No one heard about it.
No one heard about it. No, they're survivors. Nothing to worry about. Black Ops. So, a Nurgle victory. Really fun game playing. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Tom, did you have a man of the match?
Nurglings.
Just Nurglings.
They're just so brilliant in a game this size, I think.
Yeah, horrible things. For me, it was probably one of the sergeants once they first worked out that crack grenades work really well against Nurglings. It was quite a nice moment. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed watching it. Give us a like if you did. We'll keep doing videos like this, and hit subscribe if you want to see more. Till then, see you later.